10 tips that every beginner streamer should know. Starting with number 1, and that's making sure that you have good quality audio. Now for your entire setup, the thing that matters the most is your microphone. People are way more willing to put up with a grainy webcam image or no webcam at all than a really crackly and bad quality microphone, because that's gonna cause people to click away quicker than anything else. If you got some money in the bank, you get the Rode PodMic USB, which is the one right here. Or if you're balling on a budget, this is a fantastic budget microphone, which I'll also leave linked in the description below. Whatever you decide on, make sure it doesn't sound like the microphone from Guitar Hero. Number 2 is to make sure that you establish your rules right off the bat, because having a safe and comfortable environment is way more likely to keep viewers in and keep all the jerks that don't want to add to the vibe out. And you can have your rules in your panels or basically anywhere underneath your stream, whether you're on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, whatever. You can have it down here so that way people know what is and what is not tolerated during your stream. Number 3 is testing your stream before you actually go live. Now this could mean a short recording in OBS or Streamlabs, or it could literally be a 5-minute stream for your very first stream, because we want to test and make sure that the microphone works, you can hear the game audio and everything that you have set up, instead of going an entire 4-hour stream realizing that your microphone was off the entire time. Just make sure that you have your Twitch VOD set up to save properly before you actually go live. That'll be in the top right corner in creator dashboard, then settings and stream on the left hand side, and store past broadcast, turn that on because it's turned off by default. Thanks, Twitch. Number 4 is realizing that it's almost impossible to grow as a streamer these days by just streaming. You have to create content on other platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, because the discoverability on these streaming platforms is basically non-existent these days. Because once you master short form content, you can go from getting hundreds of views like I have here to hundreds of thousands of views to even 1 million views here almost, like I have, because this is how you're gonna grow as a streamer in the years to come. Now obviously content creation and streaming are kind of different, so editing takes forever to learn all the different skill sets you need to do in order to make good shorts, but luckily we have AI solutions that help us out these days, such as Nexus Clips, which sponsored this tiny segment of this video. But all you gotta do is go to nexusclips.com, you're gonna sign in with the Google account, then you'll link your Twitch or YouTube account, then you'll do your live stream, then they'll send you an email when your stream is done. You see the AI has basically sorted all of these different clips and moments from my stream, so you can feel free to click one of these if you'd like, or you could go to the homepage back on Nexus, and if you have a clip already that you like, then you can import that clip, which I'm gonna do for this video. So I'm gonna click import clip, and I'm gonna choose the little clip that I took during my stream using the OBS replay buffer, which I'll show you how to use at the very end of this video, so stick around. So regardless of what method you use, your clip will show up right here, and you're gonna see the timeline at the bottom, and you're gonna see a bunch of different options on the left-hand side. So we'll start with framing. I'm gonna choose miniature face cam. I'm gonna stick it on my face right here, and then I'm gonna choose the gameplay. Then I'm gonna move over to the sticker option. Personally, I wanna promote my Twitch account, but I don't wanna do it at the beginning of the clip. I actually wanna drag it all the way to the end of the clip and probably make it relatively short, so maybe like a second long, and have it right here. So that way when I play the clip at the bottom using this little button and the play button, you'll see the clip here. I'll skip to the end. You'll see that I have the tag right here, so people can follow me on Twitch knowing that I stream over there. But I actually want to use this purple one. That looks way cooler. Then I'm going to click on the hook, because this is where we want to spark curiosity in our viewers to make them actually watch the clip all the way through. So you're going to add a phrase here that you think is going to stop their attention. So for this, I get 2 really good Fortnite kills for me because I'm a crappy gamer. So I'll just write something like, I can't believe I hit these shots, which is kind of generic, but at least it's just enough curiosity driven where people might actually be curious to see how good these shots are. Spoiler alert, they're pretty gosh darn good. So I'm going to choose a style here. I'll probably do that one, and then maybe make it a little shorter. And then I'm going to go to the subtitles here. We're going to generate the subtitles, and you can see what I'm talking about right there. So we have those nice purple ones with the little purple highlight. We can move them on the screen if we want, probably about there. We can watch our clip from start to finish. I get the headshot, sick, and we're good to go. Short and sweet. And if you wanted to, you could clip out certain portions of this by clicking on the area of the video, clicking these scissors, delete. But I like the clip as is. After what felt like less than a minute or two of actually editing, it's pretty much done. So we'll just hit share in the top right corner, and I'm going to download this and then manually upload to TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. But if you want, you could also connect your TikTok or YouTube, and that way you could automatically publish directly from Nexus. So if you want to edit your clips the easy way to grow as a streamer, and you're ready to do this consistently because the growing as a streamer is a marathon and not a sprint, then I'll leave the link in the description down below for you to give it a shot, and a little discount code for you to save some money, which is at the bottom of this video right here. But let's move on to the next tip. Tip number 5 is managing your expectations and revisiting your goals on why you started streaming in the first place. After streaming for over 8 years, I've worked with so many streamers, and consistently throughout almost all of them, including myself, it is so easy to get lost in the numbers, lost in the revenue, lost in the metrics, and forget why you started streaming in the first place. A lot of us start streaming just to make friends, maybe network with some people and play some games. And then you start associating your value with these numbers and viewers, which you didn't know was possible at first. And then when you start getting less and less viewers, you start to feel horrible about yourself, even though that's not why you started streaming in the first place. So for this one, I really want you to remember why you started streaming in the first place. Write down those goals on a pen and paper so you can revisit them. And if they are growth or monetize oriented, I want you to make little small actionable goals underneath of things you can actually do to help you get to that. For example, instead of saying, hey, my goal is to get 50 followers, you're gonna make 3 little sub goals underneath it because you can't control who follows you and who doesn't. One of the goals could be, I'm gonna stream 3 times this week for an hour. The second one is I'm gonna make a chat bot in my chat with a timer that reminds people to follow the channel. And the third is setting up a follower goal underneath my stream. Because those 3 sub goals, you can actually control the outcome of, whereas you can't actually control how many people follow you. So be realistic with your goals and manage your expectations. For those wondering, you can make a little goal down here. I got a sub goal and a bit goal, but you can have a follower goal right here. It's just a nice little way to remind your viewers to follow you. Tip number 6, I think, is gonna be making sure that you know how to talk, as well as talking with confidence and not relying on chat to actually talk. Streaming is literally all about your personality and entertaining and engaging your audience. So doing that without talking is very difficult. The easiest way to talk when no one's talking in chat, especially if you're playing a game, is to literally commentate what you're thinking in the game, but have it come out of your mouth. So if you're playing Call of Duty, you can literally just narrate, okay, I'm looking for this gun, I see that guy over there, yada, yada, yada. But as you feel more comfortable on camera and talking, I want you to challenge yourself by not commentating on the game, but instead using maybe about 2 minutes of your time to tell a story or something that happened to you today without actually looking at chat. So that way you can fill dead air in when you need it the most. You can even experiment with maybe like 10 minutes of just chatting at the beginning and end of your streams, just to get you some practice in. Tip number 7 is to network with other streamers, but I really hate the term networking because it sounds so business and official and honestly kind of fake a little bit. So I'm gonna rephrase that as making friends with other streamers that you actually kind of give a crap about. Literally, all you have to do is find games or things that you like and go find random people streaming those things. And if they seem cool, just talk in their chat and literally just be their friend. Join their Discord community and hit them up. It's that easy. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to ask them to collaborate. You can literally just be their friend. And then next time when you're done streaming, you can raid them and share their viewers with yours, vice versa, if they want to return the favor. But none of that should ever be expected. It's literally just about the friendship and the relationships that you build, which is half the fun of streaming, because majority of us that stream are kind of lonely, and that's why making friends is so critical in this space. So make sure to be friendly, be happy, and don't be a And if you're wondering how to raid, it's really easy. Just type /raid in your chat and then the person's username. And then you hit enter, and then it will send your viewers over to their stream. Tip number 8, I think, I'm honestly losing track at this point, is establishing a niche or brand or theme for your channel. If you're an FPS gamer, then maybe have a bunch of FPS type themes, graphics, and more. Or if you're a cozy streamer, maybe have some nice cozy channel point redemption rewards. Or if you're a horror streamer, maybe have some ghost emojis to have in your chat and ghost panels. Basically, having a theme around your channel is going to be a lot easier for viewers to understand who you are and what you like. So if you like horror games, have a whole spooky overlay to have them know that they know they're in the right spot for spooky stuff. Just remember to keep it clean and try not to over clutter too much, because usually simple is better. If we scroll down on mine, there's not a ton of stuff here. I got like 2 panels. I have my free streamers masterclass, where if you want to be the pro streamer you've always wanted to be, you should just watch this video. I teach you how to do it step by step. It's linked in the description down below, as well as a little extension and a blurb extension and my streamer starter pack. But there's really not a ton of things on here. It's just enough to be able to read all of it without being too exhausted. So try and keep it simple. Don't overdo it. Tip number 9 is, after you've established what works best for your schedule, try to maintain that stream schedule so that way your viewers can build a habit of coming back and regularly watching your stream after they integrate it into their schedule as well. Now, if you don't know what you should do for your schedule because you have a lot of free time, I'd recommend just experimenting and streaming random games at random times. And then after you've been streaming for maybe about a month or a couple weeks, you can go into Twitch, Kick, YouTube analytics and see what games, what times, what days netted you the most viewers and traffic. And you could also balance that to when you like to stream the most, whether it was at night, day, whatever your free time may look like, and have a nice little hodgepodge there of whatever works best for you. Then when you come up with your schedule, you can have it on your offline banner here, or you can scroll down and have a little extension like the Streamlabs stream countdown. This one's really, really cool because it actually updates the time on a countdown that's live to the viewer's time zone, which is sick. And tip number 10 is to know that you're not alone in this space. clips. It's a really lonely space to be in at first, especially when none of your friends are content creators or streamers, so that you don't know where to go. But lucky for you, this channel has hundreds of videos that teaches you everything that you'll need to know about anything you want to know about streaming or content creation, growing a channel, everything. So feel free to watch as many videos as you want, but I recommend with this video to the side here, it's going to teach you how to use the replay buffer in Streamlabs and OBS to get the clips instantly from your stream while you're streaming, which makes growing as a streamer a lot easier. So give this video a watch, and I'll see you in the next one.